Today is an opportunity to look at the research that's been done by business and occupational psychologists in the UK and talk about whether there is a piece of research that we think is better than the rest. So this is the second year. Last year we had a really successful event that was slightly smaller than this, so we've added some scale, some more institutions this year, and we've also had more input from industry judges. The result of today will be increased dialogue between academia and practitioners. There will also be increased networks for the students. Hopefully there's a platform through which their research gets either used in organisations or gets read more broadly.
My research is about the moderating effect of leader-member exchange in adaptive and maladaptive perfectionism in an organisational setting, so applying the current research in that area into an actual organisation.
I actually built a cascading model to better understand how emotional intelligence impacts performance. There have been a lot of studies and a recent couple of meta-analyses that have shown EI links to work performance, but there isn't a lot of research in terms of understanding the underlying mediators and the mechanisms.
My focus was very much on producing something that was very practical and that had some real value into the industry, because I come from an industry background and I want to use this as a means of communicating within my industry going forward.
So the research project is about trying to understand what drives the difference in leniency in assessors. So there's a tendency to find that during assessment programmes, some assessors are significantly more lenient than others. The background to that has been trying to link it to personality, but actually it's more context dependent than that. So some people who are lenient in one context aren't necessarily the lenient people in another context. I've heard of Indigogold previously, and I think it's great the way that the organisation is trying to link academia to the business world, and I was just really proud to be nominated here.
My project was looking at absenteeism in the workplace and what factors can predict it, and importantly what factors can moderate and prevent it from occurring. I actually feel honoured that it was chosen. So many hours of hard work went into this, so for it to be recognised, yeah, I'm really pleased.
I feel very honoured because it's also to highlight winning or not does not matter, but if it's chosen, that means people will look at it.
Lots of people spend lots of time and effort putting together something that is, for them, really important, and no one reads it. And I think most people go around the room and say, actually, do you know what, I know 4 or 5 organisations would be really interested in talking to you further about the work that you've done, and without some sort of platform, they don't get that opportunity.
It was quite hard when you were first reading the submissions as posters, but coming here, seeing larger versions of the submissions and then being able to talk to the students really brought it alive. I think the idea of transferring the work that academics do is essential to the academic process. And I think the more that academics can get good access into organisations, the better their research will be as well.
All of these projects are really interesting. They're all of a very high standard. And that sense of how difficult it is then to pick some out. There are so many different things that are being covered, and that sense that there is so much really interesting work going on is really exciting.
I was a judge last year and I was impressed by the quality of the work last year. I think this year it's been even better. I don't know of another event that's like this. It gives you a unique insight into a combination of new theory and also ways to apply that in the workplace, and it's a good challenge.
I've been bowled over by the variety of interesting topics that students have addressed. Some incredibly high quality work, some challenging work, all in all very good, very impressed.
We went to a vote, so the name we came down to in the end was Matthew Atkinson. Well done. I think everyone knows that the prize is £1,000, so hopefully we'll get that. We'll try and get that to you by Christmas.
I suppose this whole award is about taking academia into the real world, and that's something I'm really passionate about as well. So I just like the fact that there is someone out there who's making that happen, I think.